Welcome to Off the Ranch. It's a very emotional day for me because Meredith told me that I have to get rid of this. She didn't really tell me. She kind of asked me. Basically, there's this fundraiser and it's for a great cause. And there's an auction, it's a charity auction, and Meredith was like, they want you to donate one of your tools to try to raise money for this charity. It supports people who don't have food and stuff like that, which is important. And I was like, fine, I'll do it. Not for you though, not for you, Meredith. This is for the people. This one's for the people. So she told me to bring it up to the bunker right now because they're gonna come pick it up to get it ready for the auction.
Are you crying?
No, you're crying.
Seriously? It's really good.
It's been a hard day for me, okay? I don't sell these things often and...
Such a hard life.
I'll show you guys this thing. I'll give you a quick little glimpse. Boom. Cool, right? I just put it together. I had a bunch of parts and I was like, I might as well make something out of all these parts. And so I had the lower, I had an upper off something else, I had a barrel that I had taken off something, and I just put them all together. It's got really nice parts in it, super nice components. I love you. Bye-bye. So, huge problem with the Gambler car. The problem is it doesn't work already. So for those who didn't see the Gambler video, we're entering in the Texas Gambler 500 soon. And the Gambler 500, it's a race where you buy a car that costs around $500 and you drive it in this race that's around 500 miles. And ideally it makes it, but a lot of them don't because you can imagine a $500 car is not the best car. Well, our $500 car, it drove about probably 20 miles and then it stopped. Yeah, we drove it around town. Everything seemed fine during the test drive. Everything was normal. And then the transmission just stopped working. So like, it always acted like it was in neutral. You put it in drive, it was automatic. You put it in drive, you put it in reverse, and it just revs up like it's in neutral. So weird. So I didn't know what was going on. So I just went ahead and just hooked up my truck and I was gonna drag it back to my barn. I was not far. And then it just went tack, 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 and started making all this noise. And we were like, what the heck was that? And so we put it in drive and then it worked fine. The transmission was totally normal. Went in reverse, went in drive, drove totally fine again. So we're like, what was that? And then the next day, I took it out to drive a little more and within 2 minutes, it did the same thing. Stopped driving, acted like it was in neutral all the time. Until the next day, I started it, I was gonna tow it and put it onto a trailer and I started it and put it in drive and it just started driving. No clue. We took it to a car shop because I was like, I need them to look at this thing. I don't really know anything about automatic transmissions. They went through it, they said, yeah, you need a new transmission. I was like, cool, what does that cost? And they said, oh, about $1,400. And I was like, well, that just turned our $500 car into a $1,900 car. So I was like, yeah, we're not doing that. Can someone explain what you think is happening in a 1993 Ford Escort 4-cylinder, automatic, front-wheel drive, where the transmission would just go in and out like that? Because I don't know. Let me show you what our solution to this Escort problem is, though. Now, there is one thing that I've learned from this whole situation, a life lesson that I think you guys can implement in your own lives. And that is sometimes you'll be browsing the internet and you will lay eyes on the most beautiful Escort you have ever seen. And you'll decide that you want that Escort in your life. And you will pay good money for this Escort. But this Escort is not a beaut. No, 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 no. This Escort is a dog. You just paid your good hard-earned money for what you thought was gonna be a great time with this Escort, and she burned you. She burned you bad. So the only solution is to go buy a 1997 Ford Thunderbird. parked her on this hill just because I was like, well, I need to test her off-roading abilities. The pros to this Thunderbird, her transmission works. The cons, her gauge panel, she redlines it about 52, 5,300. But when you actually try to floor it, she doesn't even make it to 3,000. I'm hoping bad gas or something easy to fix, but if not, she still gets up to 80. So she's not the fastest thing ever, but she can make it. And we do have a V6 engine up front, which is nice. That Ford Escort only had a 4-cylinder engine. We do have rear-wheel drive, which our Ford Escort was front-wheel drive, so that's a bonus. I love it. I'm pumped about this. We have a spoiler. We got a wing on the back. That's gonna really help in the Gambler 500 race right there, obviously. I didn't even mention, this is not just a Thunderbird, it's a Thunderbird LX. Not sure what that means, but probably means fast. She's got some battle wounds. As you can see, we got nice tires. The guy even shined them up for us. Like, the car doesn't hardly run good, but he like has a fresh set of grease on these tires, so that was nice of him. Can't actually open it from the outside, but that's okay because door handles are redundant. They have them on the inside, so why would I ever need an outside door handle? It's missing a little trim around the gauge cluster. That's okay. The best thing about this car over the Escort is it was not owned by a smoker. Come on, come on. Yeah, see if it'll back up off this hill. Uh-oh. It's not looking good. One thing I didn't think about when parking on this hill is the way these axles are set up. If one is able to spin, it will. So we don't have any power going to the ground, even though I have one wheel on the ground. Let me just get out and push. Put her in neutral. I think I can make this work. It's such a bad idea. Why did I park on this hill? Okay, good to know though, before the actual Gambler. Come on, come on. Go. Yeah, buddy. Really a great driving little car. Can't believe it was only 500 big ones. Oh man, we got some speed now. We're going fast. I think it could actually take the gold though. Got her in the barn now, and I just did a once over. I got her jacked up, as you can see, checking out all of this, that. I want this thing to have some big off-road tires on it. So I'm either gonna have to get totally different wheels that will fit on this, or just put bigger off-road knobby tires on these wheels, which these are actually pretty nice tires. I feel kind of bad about that, but not that bad, because I want this thing to look freaking awesome. And we need the traction. You saw I got stuck on a little hill over there, so I need all the help I can get to make this thing an off-road beast. One other very interesting thing that I found, I saw that and I was like, ha, that kind of looks like a bullet hole or something, but I'm sure it's not. And then I was like, wait a minute, what are these? They're totally bullet holes. There's one here, there's one here, and there's one right there. Look at that. This thing's probably been to Demolition Ranch before. It has 4 holes in it right here. And I promise I did not put those there. Also, after closer inspection, this thing has shorty headers on it. So this is a V6 engine, but if you look, I don't think it's a stock Ford Thunderbird exhaust manifold. Those are little shorty headers, which I assume someone put on aftermarket, which is pretty cool. That's a power upgrade. Not that it's helping too much now, but can't hurt. I would like to make the exhaust dumping out the hood with no mufflers. I'm gonna try today to take stuff out of the way and see if I can put those shorty headers on flipped upside down. I don't know if it's gonna work, and even if I can flip it upside down, I'm still not sure if it's possible. Plus, we do have O2 sensors to worry about. They're supposed to go pre and post catalytic converter, and I don't wanna have catalytic converters, so there's a lot of research I need to do to see if this is possible, if it will even run like this. I don't know. But the first step is to see if I can flip those headers upside down. So I need to unhook them from the exhaust pipes below, unbolt them from the block, and then flip them and see if it all lines up, and see if then that exhaust manifold port is pointing in a direction that is not like hitting this oil cap, hitting our power steering pump, hitting our brake lines, anything like that. It can't even really come close to some of this stuff because it's gonna be super hot and we don't want it to burn. So I'm gonna try. I may be wasting a lot of time, but I just would love to make that happen. up, Danger?
Hey guys.
You ready to hear this baby purr?
Yeah.
I got her unhooked from the header on the driver's side. So the header's still on, but I just unhooked the little downpipe where the catalytic converter is. Should be a little louder. It's probably just gonna sound like we have a terrible exhaust leak. Let's see what we got. Come on, baby. Well, it just... I bet she just needs back pressure. There we go. Warm her up. Sounds
Something just sparked.
terrible. We have no back pressure because there's no exhaust, but also our O2 sensors aren't doing anything. The O2 sensors are reading wrong because there's not the normal gas going out. I don't know if we're gonna be able to make this exhaust go out the hood without like reprogramming. Cause like we can go reprogram and like program those O2 sensors out. I know people do that, but this car is supposed to be real cheap. We'll see. I'll try to get those headers off and flipped around. I just remembered I never actually filled up the other tank. I'm gonna turn this. Right now I just checked this tank is all the way full, this one is all the way empty, so now they should equalize. Let's watch it fill up. Look! Whoa, it's dark in here. So you can see that level coming up. So this pipe shows the level of this tank, this pipe shows the level of this tank. So this one's going down slowly. Kind of actually stopped. You know, it's just going really slow, which makes sense because it only has a pipe this diameter to fill this up, and it's only using gravity, so there's no pressure. So it's gonna go really slow, just slowly fill up, and these things will equalize. Sweet. It's a rainwater collection system. I'm super pumped about it, and I think we're gonna try to do a big, giant, real rainwater collection system on the new bunker building. I think. We're checking it out. I built this one all by myself. It works great. Has been watering my chickens for over a year. That's all they drink is rainwater. Super cool. So I kind of want to do it for real on a real building and see how it works. Sweet. We went on the engine block like that. Actually like that. Now my question is, will it go on like that and be shooting the exhaust up? The engine block is at an angle like this, so it mounts kind of pointing down. But now when it's on the angle like this, it's pointing straight into the top of my shock over here. Not looking good. It kind of looks like I just did a bunch more work for no reason. Here's what it is. It's not actually even bolted in. It's just kind of near where it would need to go, and really it needs to be tightened up even more, which would shove this down more. This thing dumps straight into, this is actually a pretty important part of suspension, bolts on right here, down under this piece of metal. And so obviously there's no room to hook other pipes in with this angle. And you had to imagine, when it's bolted down, that angle's gonna be, it's gonna be pointing straight into this. So I did all that for nothing. I just wasted about an hour, and that was actually really hard. Now I'm gonna spend about another hour putting it back. Dang it. See you in a minute. Got it all back together, and I just started it up just to make sure I didn't have any exhaust leaks or anything, and I noticed something very interesting. See, it starts and runs a lot better when it has the O2 sensors working right. Watch this. So when I floor it, you'll see it, like I showed you, it only goes up to around 2,900. And then it starts bogging and dying. But when we test drove this, we got it up to 80. I'm like, how can it get to 80 only getting halfway? But it's because on the highway, I wasn't flooring it. So watch what happens when I only go to about 3/4 throttle and not full throttle. We can get all the way to red line for some reason. So, for you mechanics out there, what would be doing that? Something with a mass airflow sensor. I checked filter, it's all clear. Why under full throttle does the engine bog, but under 3/4 throttle, it does pretty good? Just a interesting question. You know what we need to do now though? We need to take off this front bumper because I got plans for this real estate here. And it actually looks like it's not really held on by very much. Like, I don't think that screw is factory. We got a few screws to take out. Then this bumper should fall right off. I took the bumper off to better our angle of attack because we're gonna be going off-road. And so the bumper kind of hangs down here and it's gonna have a chance to hit, a much higher chance to hit rocks and hills and everything. So now, we got it up a little higher, we have a better angle. Plus, getting that old regular bumper out of the way makes way for a newer, much more beefier bumper. I came out here to test the throttle issues, so let's go ahead and just floor it and see how she does. Yep, very slow. I'm floored right now. We're going 25 miles an hour. Now let's try it again, but 3/4 throttle this time. Very quickly, we're going 40. Let's see if the brakes lock up. They do. Let's test out a new angle of attack by going through this hole down here. Scrape. Ugh. And can we make it out? Easy. Let's try a donut with the new 3/4 throttle method. Oh yeah, this is great. Man, this thing has plenty of power if I don't floor it all the way. We can totally get some good donuts working. This car should work perfectly for the Gambler 500. Much better than the old Ford Escort with transmission problems. Oh no. I bought an Escort with tranny problems. I'm hilarious. Dad jokes over 9,000. What do you think about it? Do you like it?
Did you do this?
Yeah, that kind of just happened when I was out in the pasture. Do you think it's gonna be pretty cool if we put some big tires on it? He actually told me, he's like, hey, are you gonna make this thing crazier? And I was like, yeah. He goes, you should put off-roading tires on it. My man. My man. Just got cleaned up. I had grease on my elbows. This episode is sponsored by HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit. Accomplishing your 2019 goals is as easy as enjoying healthy meals delivered to your door. We started using HelloFresh well over a year ago, and it makes it so easy, and you're not tempted every night, especially when you have a family like mine, you're not tempted to go out and pick up fast food. There are 3 plans to choose from: classic, veggie, and family, with the option to switch between plans when your tastes change. And the meals start from $6.99 per serving. It's so easy because it comes with fresh, pre-measured ingredients and your recipe card with picture of what it's gonna look like and pictured 6 steps on how to make it turn into that. Take advantage of HelloFresh's special offer for 2019. Are you eating it already? Thanks for the help, by the way. Get a total of $80 off with 8 free meals in your first month by going to HelloFresh.com and entering the code OffTheRanch80. It goes to support what we do here, and you get a great deal. Mare,
This looks really good.
eat up. She didn't help at all. She made me and my boys help. Hey, good job, guys. Thank you for being the wife that she never would be for me. Hold on, I take that back. That's not what I meant. I love you, babe. First off, I'm sorry for what I'm about to show you. This. Because I was gonna give this thing away to you guys. It's a little med kit, and totally forgot about it. I said, you guys go comment on this picture on Instagram, and in 3 days, I'll pick a winner of the funniest comment. And it was this picture right here. And then I went to the King of Hammers and totally forgot about it. So we've picked a winner. The winner is Homeboy11530. And he said, trust me guys, the only thing mini here is my gun, ... wait. I like a good innuendo. So Homeboy, I'm gonna send you a DM, look for it, and I'll get your address and we'll send this thing to you. What do you guys think of the new ride. So this is for the Texas Gambler 500. The original Gambler started in Oregon a few years ago, and it's bigger. Lots of states have started their own. So we're doing the Texas Gambler, and it's a pretty good cause. It's for Patriot Paws service dogs. They help train service dogs for veterans, and so all the proceeds from this thing are going to a good cause, which we're of course proud to be a part of because I like dogs and we like veterans. And so this is going to be a super fun project. Let me know what you guys think we should do to it. We have lots of ideas, and unfortunately we have a very short time period to make them happen. So big stuff, probably not gonna be able to happen, but little things, we're gonna try to make this thing as crazy as we can in the time allotted. Also, if you notice my shirt, we made it onto Urban Dictionary with the term demolitia, and so I was so pumped about that we decided to go ahead and make it into a shirt, and it is our subscription. So we have a subscription service where each month you can get a shirt, and they're just discounted, and so you can get them you can just sign up for 1 month, or you can do 3 months and they're even more discounted, or you can get them really discounted if you get the 12 month. So if you're interested, link in description to that as well. Check out our subscriptions and you can rep the demolitia Urban Dictionary definition right now. Thanks for watching Off the Ranch. Sorry I got so sidetracked. We have more giveaways coming. I love you, and I'll see you next time.
Oh.
Hey, what camera is that? Number...
Shut up! Don't tell Mayor.